And game two, we just didn't have any plan, so we talked about we needed to have a plan to play the game. We were just doing our own thing all the time. Like we can beat every team because no one is giga good right now. But I respect Fnatic the most out of those three, and I respect the others as well.
Hey guys, this is Pedro and I'm back with a brand new interview, this time reporting on week one in the LEC 2024 Winter Split. I have here with me Szygenda, the top laner of Rogue, following their week one display in which they went 1-2, their notable win coming against G2 in day three of that week. So Szygenda, thank you so much for taking the time and doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it. Just to start off this whole conversation with that victory against G2, a very good way to close out this week, following the first two defeats in the season. So, how are you feeling right now following this result?
I feel okay. It's obviously not ideal to go 1-2. We were hoping for better, but beating G2 was like nice. We played a good solid game. The other two games before was just warm up game, the first one, and the second one. I don't know what happened on the day. We were just not doing anything. Hopefully, I know we had a talk after this game that we wanted to change our approach, and we had like 3 hour talk or something. Marcoon was really talking a lot with bot lane about what we needed to do, and today it showed. Hopefully, it can like stick around, and we can keep going with like our plans and what we want to do.
Yeah, and of course, it was a major turnaround for this team, despite the first two matches that you guys played in week one. Both of them ended up in losses. But what made the switch? What made that turnaround happen for you and Rogue in from those first two encounters to against G2?
Well, firstly, we were like game one. I was not really aware how broken Gwen was, so we kind of gave Gwen for free, and I got a bit, I got a bit stomped that game. Compared, like he was way better than me. And game two, we just didn't have any plan, so we talked about we needed to have a plan to play the game. We were just doing our own thing all the time. So yeah, it's a team game. We need to have a plan and play together, and that's what changed today. We like had a better idea about meta champs. Some of them were better, and then we had a plan on how we wanted to play, and we played quite alright.
Yeah, and exactly what was that kind of plan that you guys were talking about in the lead up to that match against G2? Like, what were the things that you had to focus on in order to make that plan happen?
Just talking about what timers like we want to play, make a play together. We, on this way we do this. On do we go for the grubs? Do we go bot instead? These kind of it's simple stuff we just didn't really do much of before. But if you do this together, you play so much better.
Yeah, and taking a little bit of a focus now towards yourself, Shigenda, how did you view your individual performance in the top lane throughout this week one? Because of course you talked about in the general sense about the team's difficulties and their and what they did both in and outside of the game. But what exactly did you do, or what exactly did you focus on when it comes to looking at your individual play for week one?
Mm, I think first game I got kept straight up. I like yeah, I really played better than me against Heretics. I think I did quite alright in lane. I was beating my matchup how I thought it should be played. Then we made some macro errors, so he got behind or like back, so it went even. So that game I ended up doing not much, but it was going well at a certain point. And today I think I played really good stabilizing game. I was weak side, not just my job was to not die, and I did that well and talked when I could like do my stuff on the map. So yeah, I did not good, not bad. It was fine.
Yeah, and of course, with this kind of victory over G2, it sort of raises the team's confidence also in a way, on top of just you guys addressing the issues that you guys encountered earlier on and then fixing them for that match. And so, how much of a change in confidence and mentality did that G2 match bring to the team as you guys now look ahead towards week two of the split?
I don't know. We'll have to see when we get home. We're gonna go home, review what we did right this game compared to the other ones. Then we will like try and just copy that. If we can play like this every game, then we'll do good, of course, because I think we played quite a solid game against G2. And yeah, it's like very nice. Very happy for Zoelys. He got his first LEC win. That's like very big. He was really excited, and I'm very happy for him. And yeah, we showed a lot of confidence playing against the best team in EU. So that's big.
Yeah, and as such, you also mentioned, Zoelys, a player that made their debut in the LEC roster. And so, how did you view his form, his individual play as an experienced player such as yourself in the LEC? How did you view Zoelys' play in particular?
He's playing okay. It's like nothing crazy for now. Today was very good. Maybe yesterday was hard for him because we fucked up as a team. So he didn't get like to shine as much as he's like playing really solid and talking very good. He doesn't feel like a rookie, so I'm very happy with him.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course. And pivoting back towards game three of G2, you played Kazante, but also within that item build, we saw you have Hollow Radiance, one of the new items that was introduced to the game early on in this year. What's your opinion on first off that item in particular and how it affects your role as a top laner within the team?
I think it's a very strong item. You, especially in Kisante, you just WQ the wave, then it's gone. So it's like non-interactive with enemy top lane, and you just push and then you scale. And that's like everything Kisante wants. If you can just one-shot the wave, get your XP, get some items, then you become really, really OP later on. So for Kisante and other tanks as well, it's a very solid item for like yeah against AP top laners.
Uh, yeah, yeah, of course, and taking the focus on a much broader scale, what did you make of the changes to the game map, items, stuff like that? Basically everything, because of course, in addition to this being a new year, we've seen a new version of this game, a new iteration of the game. So how did you view the changes for this game for this year in relation to how it was in its past version?
It was really hard in the start to figure out all the scrub stuff, how much it like would impact the game. But as we've played for a month or two now, like practicing in like Champs Queue and whatever, then it kind of feels natural and everything just feels like yeah, there'll be like rotations for this like normal. It feels quite alright, and then it's just the items like balance. Once everything gets balanced with numbers, then I think it'll just be kind of the same as before. Just a little like the held is a bit more OP, and the grubs can like you cannot just run away from your tower, then it gets one shot. But it's not much different than last year, I would say.
Mm. As Next question is sort of similar in how I asked it, but much more talking about you yourself, Szygenda. What kind of adjustments did you make to your individual play, be it inside and outside of the game, from the end of 2023 up until now, in light of Koi's performance last season, and now trying to improve from that mark?
Mm, just trying to play the champs that I think are strong, and whatever my coaches tells me I need to work on, I'll obviously work on that. I don't want to like say what I'm bad at out to the public, but yeah, my weaknesses I'm trying to fix, of course, every time, and then I just play whatever I think is strong.
Can you at least give us like a little hint as to exactly what those weaknesses are? Just a tiny hint or something like that.
It can be like I don't talk as much as like some other top laners, I would say. So could be like that.
Of course, of course. And one more question before we wrap it up. Of course, talking about week two in this split as it is, taking on against Vitality, Mad Lions, Koi, and then also Fnatic. Quite another set of difficult games for you guys to play. What do you make of your next opponents for week two and the kind of things that they're going to bring to the table?
I think Fnatic's very good right now. They seem to be them and G2 were like 1 and 2 in my head. So let's see like how the other games go. But yeah, the other teams ups and downsides. So like we can beat every team because no one is Giga good right now, but I respect Fnatic the most out of those three, and I respect the others as well. So yeah, it's
Of
okay.
course, and hopefully, you guys can continue building that momentum for week 2. Thank you so much once again, Szygenda, for the interview. I really appreciate it, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you, thank you.